Well, good day, everybody, and welcome to Basel at the Women's Masters. We are watching the B final between the Swiss team of Aline Pätz and the Scottish team of Hannah Flemming, two young teams, and the winner has a spot in the quarterfinals. I'm here with Bastian Viss. My name is Roger Gulka.
Yeah,
I'm sorry if I can't speak that well. I'm hearing myself in the headphones, but we'll correct that. So anyway, nice to be with you. Bastian?
Yeah, well, hello from my side as well, here in Basel, to the Women's Masters. Really looking forward to this game. A lot at stake. The winner goes straight through to the quarters tomorrow morning, and for the others, the tournament goes on till maybe tonight. So let's see how these teams wrestle each other. Says the coach.
So we're back, and we have Lorna Beavers trying to drop behind the center guards. It looks like a pretty good result. It'll be top of the rings, all top of the forefoot. Quite well buried, and Aline Pätz will just play defensive, remove those guards. Well, I still wonder though if maybe at that point in the end it would be just better to freeze onto that rock. It seems like there's enough curl for that.
Well, it's still the first end, so no reason to force anything.
So that opens it up, and Hannah seems just to put a draw on the sides, split the house, nothing complicated. Here's Lorna Viers once again on her second rock. Abby Brown and Alice Spence, two sweepers. Two very good sweepers, that team. And this rock is going deep. That's actually a good result, I think.
It's not too bad. Since the double still seems to be quite difficult, so they're not even going to attempt it.
Yeah, I think the best they can look for is hit and roll. So, just like Alina showed, either you hit and roll behind the guard, or hit and roll in front of the red. So, basically no other option. Alina Pätz getting ready. Young player, but already a lot of experience. She was 5th player at the previous Olympic Games in Sochi, where Switzerland ended up 4th. But, ooh, yeah.
Jams on the guard.
Yeah,
Not what they were looking for.
Well, they were looking for the hit, really, now.
Well, they hit something.
Well, yeah.
Now, of course, the chance for the Scottish team to put another one in the house.
They have the last rock. It's always a big question now. Where do you place a third rock? Probably on the left-hand side there, where Hannah's just pointing at.
Ja.
Or, yeah. Any option is really fine.
I guess this one I like that one more.
I prefer this one too. Harder to make a double.
You have more space on the left hand side, so
if she can put it more or less at the same height than Weaver's second one, that would be a really good shot. It's important that it curls nicely and stays in the 12 foot. She left a double.
well, might even the triple be there. Nah.
Actually, even maybe a triple. No.
Well, certainly attempt a double, and if the third one goes,
Yeah, she'll
better.
take it. And a good point with her last rock is that it actually just sticks in the ring.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So let's see what happens. Game on. Well, I really think that she should get that double. Two rocks are quite close. The angles are pretty good. Even if she curls just a little bit, she can hit and stay in front of the red.
Whoa.
Looks wide.
Good shot.
Oh,
Oh,
I
well, not quite. There's still a
Good
juice in
attempt.
there.
really unlucky that she's not shot. Well, not two, line two. Well, Hannah has to be careful to stick in the rings, otherwise she'll give it a possibility for Alina Pätz to score 2, actually. Okay, forgive me, that's the last rock. So it's a hit for 2.
Looks good.
Sweepers don't seem too worried about it. And, 2 to start the game.
Gut. Also verlängern gut finden. He? Ja. Das sind 2 Wochen. Ja, es ist ein bisschen so vor allem. Also so gehört es mehr. Irgendwie so. Ja. Aber darum hast du vorher. Gut, machen wir 2.
And so we're going to start the second end, and the Swiss team will have the last rock. So looking good for the Scottish so far. Only lost 1 game. Both teams only lost 1 game yet. The winner goes straight to the quarterfinals. So it's actually a pretty important win right now because it saves a lot of energy. The loser will play actually at 8 o'clock tonight in the C final directly. So we can see that the Scottish team is not taking very much risk there, just drawing a first one in the center, just take the position. That's a really good shot from Abby Brown.
Bis 2, 3 ist gut. 2. Bis da. 3 nochmal.
Traditional approach with the corner guard and just stays out of the rings.
Yeah, the guard's slightly closed, but it can be used, pushed in the house. Oh. Brown looking a tiny bit worried. Just a bit wide. Could just stay there, it'd be perfect. Good shot. Nice swing at the end there.
Sunny.
Now, so they're going to attempt double, or at least a hit and roll. That's a good shot. Removes both rocks. Well, I don't know if that's possible. But yeah, hit and roll, get rid of that corner guard. Here's Alice Spence. Going for the double. Nice shot. And now just nothing special, just a draw behind the guard. Try to take a position. I think they just have to hope from a slight mistake, for a slight mistake. Try and get nice and tucked in behind. Force the player run back and see if they can split the house. It's very important though to be right in front of the tee line there. I want to give the chance for a freeze. Hard sweeping from the girls. It's quite short. Got a curl. See that the swing, there's a really good finish at the end. That's really good. It gives lots of possibilities to the players. Play some hack weights. Control the sweeping. So not a, well, the rock is there, but the shot is not so good because the rock is, you could say more or less completely open, and Lorna Vevers will go for a lightweight takeout. Try and hit and roll.
Sweepers are on it.
Yeah.
That manages to do it fine.
Yeah, we could hear the players screaming from where we were across the door. But yeah, a bit of stress, but finally it worked out fine. Really hits and rolls out, and now that changes the dynamics. Before Flemming was trying to was running behind, and now they have the chance to take a good position there in the house. Try to get a good draw. Lorna Vevers. Looks to be coming nice. Just will finish.
That's still a bit open, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a pretty good shot. I think it might be just a tiny bit too deep. Yeah, if Alina Pätz comes back, I would come back 4-weight, just tap that rock, I don't know, a foot back. Stay in front. Certainly enough swing to be completely buried and do that. It's important to have good control with the sweepers, those kinds of rocks. Try and get the line real perfect. Here's the lead lane man, left-hander.
Whoa! Whoa! Yep! Whoa! Okay, water! Ja, T-line is goed!
Yep. You're calling it T-line.
Yep! Go! Wo is ze?
Now it's just line. Got to curl a bit.
Nee.
It's not a bad shot.
Decent outcome. It's not easy to remove that.
Yeah, well, you have to be right precise. Probably enough swing there though to hit that one roughly on the nose.
Yeah, get it past the red one.
I think just tap it back. Even if it stays second shot, will be fine. Because then after they would sit in front of those two.
Ja, nu een half. Oh my god. etwa, würdest du nicht wechseln oder so.
Ah,
Ja.
Yeah, the rock's coming nice. The weight seems really perfect on that one.
Great shot.
Oh. The yellow one remains shot, but that's really good shot there. Getting rid of those two reds will be nearly impossible. Best option for Alina Pätz is probably some kind of freeze on the back one, little tap on the red and roll, something like that. Maybe just a freeze on the red, actually. Angle freeze on the red.
Weißer Dolly wäre super.
That's a pretty good shot, I think.
Yeah, as the way to the yellow is basically blocked off, you can still come around. Though I would suppose with the swing we've got here.
Yeah, I think it will work. Probably the best they can get, though, is an angle freeze on the yellow one behind T-line. Well, I don't know if it's... Yeah, Lorna points a bit better there. She was pointing a bit too much in front. If the rock is slightly short, it would be easy to do a raised double. It has to be at least on the T-line. Here's Hannah with her last rock. Line's quite tight. They're calling the weight pretty good. Just behind the T line. Has to pass the yellow.
Just jams it.
The weight was really good. But now, I don't know if there would be actually a possibility to make 3.
I guess the angle on the top two isn't that great.
Yeah, it looks, yeah, like the angles are just not there. But the bet, I think that anyway, she has no choice. She has to try some hit. See really what happens. I mean, there's actually no risk of removing their own shot. So you got to go for it there. I think that what Selena is pointing at right now is quite correct. It's a difficult shot, though. It's reasonably unpredictable where the yellow shooter will end up exactly, so you kind of got to hope a bit that it stays shot. Got to be more or less fully in the forefoot.
I guess they have to basically skinny the yellow one and then just hit the red so they can actually still move into the forefoot with the shooter.
Yeah. Hitting the yellow a bit too much on the nose will not help anyhow. So there, chance for Alina Pätz. To take a 2 back. Looks like it's wide enough. Aye. Just didn't get it right. Well, it was tough, I mean. But a good try, good effort from the Swiss. So they finally only score 1. So 2-1 for the Scots. And they have the hammer in the third end.
Well, this end here has been started completely classical. The team in the back, Team Pätz, tried to open it with creating some offense and putting up the center guard. The reaction of the Scottish team, definitely the call to draw behind this guard. This one turned out to be a bit too long, so now the chance for Team Pätz to put one right onto the nose of that, but this looks a bit heavy as well.
Especially quite wide.
Yeah, only gets way to the same height of it. And now it's easy call, hit and roll in front. And the Scots look in good shape.
Just kind of trying to get a slight roll. Take good position there in front of the tee line.
Jams on the guard.
I might have been caught by the big swing there. Remember, Alina Pätz also jammed on the guard.
Well,
The first end on the same spot.
yeah, well, lucky for For the Scottish team, they didn't hit the guard out, because then we would have the free guard rule, which would mean that the guard would be replaced, as this was only the fourth rock being played in the end. Free guard zone, for those of you not so familiar with curling, states that no rock which does not cross the tee line and does not touch the house can be removed by the lead player of the opposing team. You can take out your own rocks, of course, but you're not allowed to remove opposing rocks that lie in front of the tee line. This rule has been made up a couple of years back to improve the game of curling in ways of being able to create some offense. Once the team was up a couple of rocks, or even one rock, it would be easy for them to just hit their game home, which was not very interesting, which seemed boring. So I think Glenn Howard had quite an influence on that. It's a Canadian invention to make the game more interesting, especially also for the viewer. I think this year they're even testing a 5-rock rule.
Yeah, they're testing it at in those Grand Slam tournaments right now. So the 4 rocks, the lead and the first rock and second cannot be removed. Well, no, sorry. It means that the first rock of the second who plays cannot remove a rock that's in front of the house. So of course that creates even more offense. Of course, those, well, you can say, slight modification of the rules have actually a really big impact on the way the game is played. We can see also that a few years ago, a soft peel shot was considered as a really difficult shot, and now we see leads of the strongest teams really make those quite easily now. So it really influenced the way you play. And the good point of that rule is that really creates a bit of game. If a team is ahead, it gives more chance for a team that's behind to catch up. It can also be used if you play against a very defensive team and you want to try and create something at some point. All by placing the guards, really, you give yourself a chance to create some offense. So for sure, it was a really a major change in the game when that rule was included, and the 1-0 scores are basically over now.
Yeah, you don't get that very often. That is true.
I think the best I've seen was 2-1.
2-1. Oh.
When we played, actually, 1-2-1.
That's a football result. Are you sure you play curling there?
Well, yeah. But sometimes you got to win the way you can.
So now your team, Flemming, trying to fill up the house after this mistake by the Swiss team.
That was a pretty bad shot there before. And they really had a chance to take a really good position there. I mean, that red rock behind at the tee line there is just perfect for a freeze. I mean, it's really hard to draw better than that. And now Flemming's team have placed that rock exactly where the yellow should have been before, instead of at the back of the rings, where it's completely useless now. So now they're going to go for a bit of hitting.
Whoa, nee, gar niet.
Skip calls the sweepers off, looks wide. It's got to curl a lot. Takes out the red at the back, so at least one of the red menace is gone. Lorna Weaver's looking to put another one on
Another
the
pretty
nose
good
of
shot.
flat. And
Just over curls a bit.
yeah, that could prove very disastrous actually.
I think that the guard is just placed well enough to prevent a triple, actually.
Do you think it's possible?
I think would be. I think that they could get the two reds that are shot rock. The two first reds, they're out, but I think that the red that's top of the forefoot will not go away the way the rocks are angled.
I think it's partly buried.
Ja, du kannst auch probieren knapp vorbei.
Could actually,
Dann gehen
Well,
zwei.
that would be really an offensive call, but they could actually
Komm,
just
musst aber das Clearing
play some kind
kommen.
of tap back. Just
So lange, hä?
backline
Das
weight.
geht doch ein bisschen.
Try and move those around.
Yeah, but
Create
I
a
think
nice little pillow.
it's a sensible call to do that.
Seems like
It's
she's
only the third end. You don't have to put full risk into it yet.
Knapp vorbei.
And I would have quite liked though the little back line weight. Move those around, stick in front with the nose hit. Seems like Nadine's going to put quite a lot of weight in
Oh,
that.
oh, nein.
Wide again.
Problem is that if she's wide with that shot, or even if she's right, she's going to lose the shooter.
Ui.
I'll double. What you want it?
So yeah, just
Good
what we
result.
said there, one of the red sticks in. So pretty good shot from Nadine Lehmann, but I mean the Swiss team is still running behind in this end. A few missed shots from the front end, and you can see right away that you're in trouble when the other team is.
So
Just
Lorna
doing good.
Weavers just asked to play one top powers. Lorna Weavers was actually here last year with her old team. I think Abby Brown and Alice Spence were even on the team last year when she was here as her skipper herself.
Yep.
Hannah Flemming kinda took over this team, I believe.
Yeah, I think they have a pretty solid team. They got really good sweepers up front, and front end that basically always played together. I mean, and juniors, Hannah, Abby, and Alice used to play together. So players who know each other really well.
Macht ja nicht, wenn er hinter 4 ist. Weißt du, wenn er nicht shot ist, muss er besser sein wie der.
And the back end is full of experience. Lorna Weavers has been on the tour for years. Has even played the 2010 Olympics, I believe, together with Eve
Ja,
Muirhead.
da bringt, also weißt,
And
bringt,
yeah, Hannah Flemming,
kann sie einfach da.
been a junior icon the last couple of
So,
years
oder?
with her win at the World Juniors in 2012 and the silver medal in 2013.
Der Rot kann sie dann ein bisschen stossen, oder?
Ja, ja. Ja, da. Aber ich finde den viel schwieriger. Ja. Weißt du, da ist der Spatzsicht von da.
Well, Lena Pätz really got to make sure that she doesn't get a two take on herself
Wenn er da
now, because
hinein kann sie den.
that get things quite complicated.
Wenn sie
4-1
den stößt, nimmt sie nachher da.
after 3 ends.
Komm mal.
There's still 5 ends to be played after, but
Weißt du, wenn du.
the Scottish would be in a really good position
Oder
though.
da, kommt nicht drauf an.
Ja.
Sie kann den Rot nicht stoßen.
Und der so.
And also when you start leading by 3 points, you know, pressure
Ja.
starts to be off. You play
finde
more
das so-
freely,
Ich glaube, wir rollen sowieso weiter raus.
so you
mit
tend to
der,
be a bit
weißt
more
du.
relaxed
Nachher
and
spielt sie nochmal einen dahinter.
quite successful.
Weil
But
weißt,
even
wenn-
when
wenn
you're
du da
up, you
hinten
know,
liegst,
and you
da,
feel quite relaxed and
kann
quite
ja da
confident,
liegen,
you really
besser
gotta
sein wie der.
Wie der.
Nachher
really
muss sie
gotta stay in
wahrscheinlich
it,
auch
though.
wieder nachgehen, weißt du.
never forget that the game is never over.
Finde ich gut.
Because you can often you
Ja,
see teams,
so
you know, they're
gießen
up and then
hinter vier
suddenly
Fuß,
up, you get a 3 taken on them.
Ja.
And then after it's really hard to press on the gas after that.
Aber sie wäre schon so gewesen. Oder nicht?
Das Ziel ist versteckt sein, sicher.
Ja. Es muss nicht einmal sein, weil sie tut ja dann auch nochmal. Oder wenn sie dann hier wäre.
Das geht dann gut, da. Musst du schauen, da.
Finde ich gut.
Also was sie hat jetzt so einmal gegeben für dort die Mitte. He? So, findest du gut? Noch ein bisschen mehr, so? Nein, so finde ich gut.
Now decide on the draw, probably thinking that in the end, Alina will have to draw and have to put a draw behind it anyway. So
Yeah,
They get it
tricky shot.
behind the reds, and they are in quite good shape, I guess.
If they managed to get behind, yeah, they're pretty good. Though, even though there would be a tap back on the red, on the reds left, she would have to be roughly the same height than the shot rock. Really tricky shot, really risky shot actually, but not much choice. Other possibility would have been a tap back. Backline weight. The guard's quite up front. There's a lot of swing.
Sweepers are on it.
Looks like it's going to rub on one of those reds.
Just jammed.
Well, the problem with that rock is that the angles are not set up that well for them. I don't think it's possible to remove the two reds by hitting on the yellow.
Ich denke, doch ein bisschen schneller rauskommen, wie gefühlt. Also, ich habe schon gestern am Abend gehabt. Das Gefühl, ich muss aus dem Hobby.
There's Hannah. First rock.
Basically does the same as Alina Pätz did before.
That side is very swingy. I think she's lucky she just didn't push that yellow a bit more to the right there, otherwise that would have set up a perfect angle. I'll still think that Alina Pätz is in quite a bit of trouble there. Pressure, the best thing she can do is only get rid of one of the red shots, leave a draw for two, or you're going to split for three. Seems like she's going to go more for some kind of draw.
Ja, aber weißt du, wenn wir da liegen, kann sie schiessen.
Wie meinst du, wenn du jetzt mit hier mit reingehst? Schiessen? Hä? Schiessen?
Ja, wenn, da, weißt, wenn sie dann noch ein bisschen
Dann gibt es einfach zwei, oder? Das wird nicht gleich höher.
Ja, hat sie einfach einen easy Zweier, oder?
So die Möglichkeiten, die wir haben. Hier. Ja, madam! Das finde ich nicht gut. Ich will da und da.
Ja, dann hat sie einfach einen easy Shot für 3. Oder für 2 auf jeden Fall, locker.
Dann macht es ja nicht mehr
Weißt,
als 2, oder? Was? Wenn du da drauf tust.
Wenn ich was tue?
Yeah, well,
Ja, wie viel siehst du denn?
looking at a way to hit there. The angles are, I don't think, set up well enough to get rid of all the reds.
Ja, ja, etwa geht so.
Ja, also ist schon ein bisschen
The
knapp.
one there
Für das, dass der
pulling
nachher
the
noch
8 foot will
so
just jam on the one behind. I
Ja,
don't
aber ich
think
meine, wenn wir da drauf schießen, dann kann sie
the
2.
angles are good enough there to
machen. Wenn hier drauf leist, dann kann sie auch
have
noch
it
2
roll out.
Im Sinne von wegen, welches ist für dich der einfach?
It's a big discussion there in the team, but indeed that's
Wir können schon drauf schießen. Also der ist
Pretty
sicher
crucial
schwieriger,
shot
wie
already.
drauf schiessen.
as we said before, if Flemming manages to score 2 right now, it's going to be really difficult for the Swiss to come back.
Halb hast du gesagt, siehst du, ne?
Du musst aber spielen.
Also komm.
Viel bereichen.
Ja, er muss einfach den.
Even though there's
den
no
rausbringen
catastrophe
da.
yet,
Kannst du ihn da in die Mitte brechen? Nein,
the
genau.
loser is still in the tournament, still has a chance to qualify into the quarters, but what the teams really try and do in those triple knockout tournaments is try and qualify for the quarterfinals as fast as possible.
Well, it makes a big difference whether you're going to go all the way along. I think 7 games is the max you can play.
Well, I was talking before with Melanie Balbazan. They lost the first game, which is usually a game you really don't want to lose, and they played 3 games yesterday, and they have, if they want to qualify, they have 4 games. So they will have 7 games in 2 days. That's roughly 15 hours on the ice. And you play early in the morning on Sunday against a team that only played 3 or 4 games to qualify. So it's much harder for the teams that come out of the C road. Looks like a nice effort, but 9. That'll be a draw for 3.
Gut gespielt.
Wäre aber schwierig gewesen.
So we'll draw to be 5-1 up after 3 ends, take a really commanding lead in that game. Hannah Flemming. Sweepers seem quite happy about it. Looks like they're just managing it perfectly. Just got to be fully in the 8-foot.
Let's sit on the T line, absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
3 on the board for Hannah Flemming and her Scottish team.
Yep. Yeah.
Definitely not the shape you want to be in
No.
if you're
indeed.
Alina Pätz.
Yeah, and now they really got to make sure they get a 2 as fast as they can.
Positive thing. Still 5 ends to go. So nothing is lost yet, but for Rock Elite is usually quite a good shape for the leading team.
Yeah, especially in an 8-end game.
Definitely. You might think 8 ends is a lot, but actually they go by so quickly. You run out of stones.
Especially when you're down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now so Scott's taking no risk. Just that's a bit wide, but my weight is perfect. Just draw onto the center. Take good position in the 4-foot. Try and make the house as small as possible for the other skip. And the Swiss will just play a corner guard now. Coach Schwigley. Yeah, and a good guard this time. Now Abby Brown to put another one in the house.
Well, there's not much point in doing anything else when you're in this kind of situation right now. Putting up a guard would only create chances for the opposition.
Yeah, they really don't need to score anymore right now. They just need to try and force a the Swiss to score 1.
Even if they score a 2, it's not a disaster for you. You get hammer back and are still 3 up. That's definitely a scenario where you can work and get a win on the board.
Yeah. For sure now the Scottish will play the strategy. They don't want to score, just try and force, or even maybe force a blank just to gain some ends. If they can take hammer back in the next, that would be good. Or even what they could do is try and get a blank, force the 1 in the next end, and take back the hammer in the even ends to keep the last rock for the 8th.
So what the Swiss are trying to do right now is tap those rocks back. You can always use those if they are, especially if they're over the T line, which is not the case right now, but you can still use them as a catcher. So maybe this Scots ones will fail to hit yellow rocks out because they bump into a rock over T line.
Here's Alice Spence. Just get a small roll. She might have liked to be just a little bit more on the nose, but well, the Pätz will now try and use that red one as a guard. It's quite a tricky shot though to come and freeze here. The Swiss really need to get one of those to come right correctly where they want it. So far they didn't really manage to get their freezes exactly right. It cost them a lot in the previous end, where they had really chances to take position. There's Marisa Winkelhausen.
Last season was part of Team Jackie, if I'm not mistaken. Minor change in the team lineup.
It's a little bit short. It's not bad. It's not good enough, really. Really got to try and get those rocks really where you want. I mean, sometimes a few inches make a difference. A really big difference. Here was about a meter.
But even if this rock isn't perfect, basically every rock in the house is a good rock for you, because if you're not in a league, because you can work with those rocks. So this is not.
No, it's not a bad shot because it is there.
And exactly what I said before about possible catchers in the back on the T line. It's not that easy to just remove this yellow rock right now. Whilst the Swiss team can always push it back in a better position.
Yeah, Hannah's indeed worried of the jam. I think though that it's possible to hit that rock right on the nose. But it's quite a tricky shot because there's a big swing. And indeed you don't want to catch the red if you come from the left-hand side here, because then you might just touch just your red, roll over the yellow, but just pushing it to the center. Well, the other option would be to hit a peel weight on your own red. But I think they talked about it, but it doesn't seem they're really considering it right now. So a draw. Still a reasonably surprising offensive call there.
If you're high, well, that's okay.
Because, well, I think Team Flemming will have to get rid of that yellow one at some point. Alice Spence. If they can end up with an angle freeze on that yellow, wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's all right. There's starting, though, to be a lot of rocks in play there for the Scots.
So now Alina Pätz is considering to bail. I think she's getting uncomfortable with that many rocks of the opposition in play.
Well, at least now the yellow is in a better position, I would say, for the Scots there, because it's difficult for Alina Pätz to push it. And the angle with the red is just in front is really good. I mean, you hit that red on the nose, or even a bit on the outside, roll out, get the peel, open it up a bit. Marisa doesn't want us really to roll on the left. Or she would just set up a double. Those hit would be fine. And finally, a pretty good result.
Kills all of them.
Yeah, we can see that there's still a red sticking at the back of the rings. So the Scottish still lying first and third. I think that's a pretty strange call from Hannah Flemming. I still wonder why she didn't. Oh no, because I'm sorry, there's the jam. That was a tough call there. Tough shot. Lorna Weber, especially with that swing, as we said before. Just over curling, and now Alina Pätz checking whose shot. So the Scots still lying first and third. Well, now Alina Pätz, a really good second shot from Marisa Winkelhausen, has a chance to lie two. Nose hit, hit and roll. Nose hit is fine. Hit and roll would be quite good if they could lie in front of that red.
Yes, but if you ever end up not lying in front of the red, the double will be
It will be a double.
considerably easy. As easy as it gets, I would say.
It still has to be made.
Yeah, of course.
But Swiss are in a good position right now because the center is completely open. So in theory, there's no risk for a steal. And if they can get that little roll, oh, it looks pretty good.
Very good shot.
Oh, really nice shot from Nadine Lehmann. They like two shots. One really well placed. Probably see Hannah hitting, I suppose. Other option would be a freeze, but 5-1 up, I don't think you want to play that.
In this situation, you just got to get rid of as many rocks as possible, I would say. As I said before, if you give up a deuce, it's not disastrous. It's not like it's a gap closer.
Hannah in a reasonably difficult situation because she could try and go for the double, but there's really the risk of the double jam. And then in this case, the Swiss would be lying two. And if yeah, and with that yellow one still in the rings on the right-hand side, he's fighting. Really got to make sure that you don't get rid of too many of your own ones. So just I think a hit and roll would be the best option, the less risky one. Maybe they even have that chance to clip the yellow out at the back. the Beavers wide. It seems like the red on the side is shot with the yellow on the other side. And now Swiss have really a good option there for a 2 and maybe even for a 3. So right now they got to take those chances. Can't let them slip by. There's your chance to make it 2. You got to take it.
Sieht schnell aus.
Ist gut, gut.
Nur vor 8, hä?
Ja, ist er sicher?
Ja, dann gar nicht.
Schneller! Hinterher!
Nein. Nein. Der
They were
sieht...
worried at the start that might be a bit fast.
Ja, ist er.
We'll see where that ends.
Bremst noch ab. Der T-Line.
It's got to stay top of the T-line. And that's a good shot.
Gute Bremsen. Gute Bremsen.
They got what they need. They got a second shot. It's buried. It is buried.
Darum die Görler sind alle, je nachdem, sie festschießen ein bisschen mehr.
And now Hannah Flemming has the choice between a tricky shot and another tricky shot. Probably the best option is what she's just showing right here. Just hack weight, hit and roll in front of the yellow.
Wenn nicht so viel Schoki würdet, ich sage es ja ungern, aber wenn nicht so viel Schoki würdet essen, dann hättet ihr auch nicht so...
Well, we saw the teams that tended to miss by over-curling. So we will see how that ends up. Hannah has enough ice.
Going for the easier option. You could hear Hannah Flemming say, "I don't like this." It's also always up to the player themselves to really say, "Do I like this shot?"
Both shots are correct.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, her first option is maybe a little bit more tricky because maybe they don't know the ice that well. Chance to over curl, hit the guard and leave a really good chance for a 3. This is a bit more conservative, a bit more easy. The result she'll get at the end, if she makes the shot, of course, will not be as good. But at least she gets one of them out. It looks like the yellow one is shot. And that gives a really good chance there for Alina Pätz to set up a 3 this time. A really good chance. But she has to be really careful because that's kind of a big win or big lose situation. Either she makes the perfect freeze and she gets a really good chance for 3. But if she comes up a bit short, she has lots of chances to leave an easy double for Hannah. So the last option would just be to place another one on the side. That would be the most conservative shot, I think, the less risky one, with near certainty at least to score 2. So both shots are correct. Either the freeze, it's risk versus reward.
Well, I guess that it doesn't really make a difference because I think that Hannah Flemming will, in any situation, no matter what you play, she will probably, if the shooter Alina Pätz is going to play right now is open, then she will of course take it. But if this one ends up perfectly in front of the rock, she will just do the shot they were discussing before with a hack line weight. I think it's fairly makeable.
Yes.
And the 3 will be gone anyways.
Well, of course, the risk of that shot is to leave a double on your 2 yellows. That's the big risk. With the other shot, you basically leave no risk for a double, so you're sure to get your 2. But it's risk versus reward. I think they're actually, well, they're 5-1 down. They have that chance to score 3. I think they should go for it. Anyway, it's really a situation where the skip feels, you know, the shot. So they have to make that one and then cross their fingers. Make sure that's nice and frozen. And the Pätz. Sweepers looks quite satisfied. Look quite satisfied. Gotta get the sweeping. Looks really nice. It really looks nice.
Very good shot.
Really good shot indeed. So Hannah will go for the freeze. Yeah, I don't really think that she doesn't feel that tap. Hannah Flemming, the crucial shot. Well, she knows the ice. Just has to give herself the same ice than Alina Pätz. Make sure she leaves her sweeper a chance to get it rare. And she has got to make sure that she's not too wide. See, it takes the swing really well.
Right, looks fine.
It looks good, but it might be a bit wide. Oh.
Chance for 3 still
So
there, I guess.
the chance for 3 is really there. I mean, nose hit,
Yeah.
basically. I think the question is which curl? Probably from inside out.
Würdest du von aussen?
In turn.
Von aussen. So. Nein, nein. So.
Chooses the out turn.
Nein, da geht es ein bisschen weniger.
There is enough
It's
space
so
on
good.
both sides, and I
Yeah.
guess that this is also a matter of preference.
Just whatever you feel the best, whatever you know the best.
Du musst gleich fast ein
We
9
were saying
kommen.
before, sometimes, you know,
Schon ziemlich nah.
teams are up and they get caught up.
Einfach gerade, oder wie?
Nase.
And Hannah's crossing her fingers, hoping for Alina to over curl now.
Länge gut!
Weight's good. Nose hit.
Okay.
Good wide,
Well.
only 2.
It's really too bad, I would say.
Well, but still, 5-3 does sound a lot better than
Hätte
5-1.
wahrscheinlich gerade auf dem Stein können
So
eisen.
certainly something for the confidence.
Yeah, it's certainly better than
Maar,
5-1, but it's not as good as 5-4. And there
Zwei
she
hinter
really
ohne
had
Hände.
that chance for 5-4. Didn't take it.
Huh?
At that level, that's
Ja,
those
weil
little difference, that little extra point really that
ja,
makes a difference.
Also, weißt,
I think that Hannah and the
Muss
Scottish
verschieden
team
haben.
can be really
dann ist
happy
das
there
Sechste.
to actually only get a 2 taken on them.
Machen wir Doppel geht. Ist gut.
So they take back hammer with a 2-point lead.
stehen!
Schau ein bisschen schneller.
So. Ja,
Okay,
ja.
and now we have an interview ready
Ja,
with Andre Wunderlin from
Oh,
Sweden.
oh, Lana,
And
nice. Nice is good.
The interview will be on
Ja, ja, nice.
that workout together.
Warum engagiert sich Swika als Sponsor von Women's Master Basel?
Das ist eine der führenden Kranken- und Unfallversicherungen der Schweiz. Vorsorge. Und wir fördern in diesem Zusammenhang natürlich verschiedene sportliche Aktivitäten von unseren Versicherungen.
3 ist gut. Es hat noch
Und warum
Görle.
unterstützt Swika speziell den Curlingsport?
Bis da,
Ja, gut,
sieht
neben
kurz
der
aus.
Spielfreude zählen beim Curling ja auch Taktik, Technik und Kondition eine grosse Rolle. Und das ist eigentlich eine ideale Verbindung zwischen Geist und Körper. Und wir sind überzeugt, dass gerade im Bereich von einer aktiven Gesundheitsvorsorge das eigentlich gute Voraussetzungen sind.
Was bietet denn Swika besonders für aktive Curler?
Durch die spezielle Partnerschaft von Swiss Curling und Swika kriegt bei Swika versichertes Aktivmitglied von einem Curling-Club bis zu 600 Franken pro Jahr einen Clubbeitrag. Außerdem können auch Familienmitglieder von Spezialrabatt auf ausgesuchte Zusatzversicherungen profitieren.
Okay, so here we're back in this fifth end. Half the game's already
Wenn er
gone
da
through.
vorne ist, ist auch okay, gell?
The Scottish team of Hannah Flemming is winning right now 5-3 against the Swiss team from Pätz. They have the hammer in this fifth end, so they're in a really good situation right now, even though they were a little bit lucky to get only a 2 taken on them in the previous end.
Wo ist er? Okay,
It's life and the
warte.
game goes on.
Wachsen.
Swiss will not give up.
Nice good.
They've set up a lot of guards. You're actually watching the Women's Masters in Basel. It's a CCT curling event. And my name is Roger Gulka. I'm doing this comment with Bastian Wiss. Always a pleasure.
Same for me, Roger. If you are right there watching, at the moment we have 81 viewers here on our YouTube channel. If you're right there watching and have any questions about the game, the event, or us, or whatever, please feel free to put in a commentary on the side of the window where you're watching and give us a chat. We're happy to answer, so do not hesitate.
A pretty good shot.
Bis hinter 4. Ha? Nein, ich gebe dir noch ein bisschen mehr Eis.
Swiss going for another draw. Mingelhausen.
Wow. Wechseln.
Ende knapp, knapp.
Oh. Yep. Whoa.
Line,
Whoa, nein, that's
line
right.
looks just a little bit wide. The weight looks really good.
Also
Okay.
slightly heavy, I'd say. Over T.
13,7.
Well, she seems not particularly satisfied with her shot there. And I think the most important of all was to get that one nicely tucked in.
That's true. Hannah Flemming getting a bit caught up there. I mean, it's the fifth end. They're 2 up. They've got the last rock, and there is a heap of stones lying about, which is not exactly what you're looking for.
Will we just come and freeze it? Or if we
Well, they could actually just peel that rock. Or hit and roll to the side. That'll be fine. Maybe avoid to hit on the nose. And that would give a hit and roll to Swiss. Hit and roll the sides, I think that would be fine. Problem is that if the Scottish hit and roll to the center, they will be behind the tee line. They'll give a good chance for a freeze there to the Swiss team. Probably the safest option would be to hit and roll to side. Keep your shooter in. Who knows, can score at the end. The sweeping. Oh, and once again we see the rock over curling. Yeah, and Ellis disappointed with her shot there, that's for sure.
4 bis T-line.
But already I think it probably was not the best call. Best call was probably just safer to hit and roll the side. It really just opens up the draw line.
Ende knapp.
Getting
Warte.
nicely behind the guards.
Ja, ist gleich. Wechseln. Ja.
Looks a bit wide.
Oh, warte.
Gotta wait for that big swing at the end.
Ja, aber ist noch weit draussen. Ja. Ja.
Once again, the weight is really good, but the line is wide. I don't know if it's Alina is giving a bit too much ice or if the players are turning the rock a bit inside out while releasing it. That gives a good chance for a double to Hannah. She could forget about the double and hit and roll on the side of her own red. Whoa.
And again, over curling.
Again and over curling.
Seems to be a very tricky spot.
Probably Lorna Beavers was a bit inside because we heard them screaming right after she released that rock.
Still gets one of them out.
Well, she's a bit lucky there. But
Also needed at times.
that's,
Flemming, jetzt komm.
you gotta be lucky from
Ja,
time to
was habe
time
ich
anyway.
gesagt?
Definitely.
Der war 13,6.
See Lehman laughing. Once again, a chance to get that good draw. If they can get a steal,
Ja,
that'd be really
richtig,
good.
ja.
Flemming, gut.
Ja.
Ende genug.
Ja.
Nein, braucht. Wir müssen.
Oh. Ja. Ja. Ja, fest. Oh.
Oh, the sweepers don't look really convinced with that one.
Nein, nicht.
So they were wide 2 times, and this time they're inside. Definitely got trouble with the line. Weight looked pretty good once again.
Ja, der erste ist gut gewesen, der ist zu klein.
So what will Hannah Flemming do now? She played double on those yellows at the top. Run back double.
I think I would prefer the double on the 2 yellows in front of the house, at front of the house, because if you play the run back, you're probably going to stick around.
Yeah.
Nein.
Well, thank God for Hannah, even though they have the last rock, that red rock they have lying shut is in a really good position. Really hard to remove.
Ja, die Länge ist gut gewesen.
Probably they should get rid of that yellow on the left there, the one Hannah just showed. Do that double, I think would be a pretty good
I
option.
like that one.
I quite like that shot too. Just remove the most dangerous yellow rocks of the play, those that are just in front of the house. That can be easily used by the Swiss.
Did you not change your mind? Or
Sure. Anyway, this time it doesn't look like it's inside. Ooh. Oh. Aye. Arne Weaver's having a bit of trouble there getting her takeouts right, but she still gets something out of them. So life is still good, but each time they still give a chance to the Swiss there.
Ja, aber das ist ja nicht so einfach, wenn er da liegt. Ja, das ist dann aber auch nicht so einfach, weißt, wenn er perfekt da liegt, auch wenn er da liegt. Wie dann kann sie den Doppel, ja, das ist relativ schwierig.
Now Alina's turn to get that draw right. She gives herself a bit less ice. The guards moved a bit. Both teams having a bit of trouble there to get the lines correct on this end. To get the lines right in this end.
Einfach gerade noch so T-Line. Damit sie, weißt, nein, weil sonst kann sie den Doppel so machen, weißt. Nach Görle, huh?
So you got to curl a bit. Looks not too bad. She got in a really good draw there before. Oh, that looks pretty good. Oh no, she just got the rub. Ah, indeed. I think that's what she thought there. Oh no. That was so close. So close yet, but not good enough. That rock's completely open. I think Hannah can just do a little hit and roll in front of the yellow, or even hit and roll a bit further behind the corner guard. Definitely doesn't want to stick in the middle. I think if she gets the nose hit though, she would leave a double. Seems like she's going for some kind of freeze or tap back. Waiting for her. The weight she's going to throw, she definitely wants to keep her shooter.
wenig kann da fast nicht Girl. Das sieht nicht so schlecht aus.
Just goes for a tap back.
Very good shot.
Yeah, nice shot. Nice weight. Just
Jetzt kommt es fast besser
Hack
hin.
weight takeout. Keeps 2 shots. Now crucial shot for Alina Pätz, who definitely has to take good position for once there in the house. After trying over and over again, they never really managed to get that shot rock nice and buried. Of course, it was quite tough. But now that's really the last chance to get it. They're looking to hit that red one. I think they have not much choice. Probably if they come with the same weight than Hannah did, hit a ball on the inside of that red, roll behind the other one. That's probably the best she can get.
There's not enough space to get it buried without chipping the red. So
Well, by chipping the red, she can really just be biting the butt slightly behind the tee line. Really nicely buried. Even a little bit further she can be. On top of that, she can remove that red without touching the yellow too much. And lies first and third. Seems like she's going to come with more weight than Hannah did. Seems like the position of the guard stopped her maybe from coming with a hack weight.
Yeah. Also ist Zani, hä? Ja.
They call it a bit faster.
Achtung!
Really got that line. Got to get that line right. It's close.
That's
It's good.
shot rock. But can Hannah get to that? I guess there's enough curl.
Oh yeah, Hannah can definitely get that one out.
I think if she makes this perfectly and sticks around, then this match will be decided.
Yeah, it would be tough to catch up if they managed to score 3. So now the Swiss really crossing their fingers. Yeah, the question now is what weight exactly to come. Barrier weight, Scottish would say, are more like a hack weight. Seems like it's going to be more like a hack weight. Got to make sure to pass that first guard, but also got to make sure it doesn't curl too much at the end and clip that yellow one biting the 12 foot.
Yeah. There's probably a bit more in there. Right, yeah.
Hannah Flemming with another chance to score 3. Looks close.
Looks really close.
Looks pretty good.
Good shot. Very good.
Really nice
That
shot.
is 3.
And now they take a really commanding lead in that game.
And that is already shake hands.
Congrats.
Final score
Congrats.
8-3 to the likes of Hannah Flemming from Scotland. And that is only after 5 ends. Very short game.
Yeah. So Team Flemming now qualifies for the quarterfinals, and the team from Pätz, well, who lost finally, but still not over for them. They will be playing the C final tonight at 8 to get a second chance to qualify for the quarterfinals. As we see the final score.
So with this, we are also at the end of this broadcast for this B final. We will be back at 1600, I think, with a skins game between Team Felcher and Team Tirinsoni, both from Switzerland.
Yeah, well, the skins game, for those who like to have see some action. See a really particular way of playing curling, but a really interesting way, I think. Lots of rocks in play. Always fun. Both teams trying to play some offense. Not worrying too much about getting rid of the other guy's rocks, but trying to steal or score 2.
And every end is worth money, so both teams will be even more motivated. So we hope that we will see you at 4 o'clock, or that you listen to us at 4 o'clock here on our CCT channel on YouTube. My name is Pätz. With me is Roger Gilka, and with this we say goodbye. See you later.
Yeah, see you at 4 for the skins game. It was really a pleasure to come in the game. And you were watching the Women's Masters in Basel in Switzerland. Always a pleasure. See you later.
See you later.